Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters, to your favorite channel JF Coin, where old change turns into big change. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that has sparked massive interest among collectors all over the world, the Liberty 1 dime from 1977. If you have a jar of old coins lying around, you might want to check it right now. Because one of these seemingly ordinary dimes could make you a fortune. That's right, some rare examples of the 1977 Liberty dime have been estimated to be worth up to $779,339 in today's market. You heard that correctly. Over $779,000 for a coin that once bought a piece of candy. But what makes this little silver coin so special? Why are collectors and investors paying such mind-blowing prices? Stick around, because this is not just a history lesson, this is a treasure map. The Liberty dime, also known as the Roosevelt dime, was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. But in 1977, the United States Mint produced millions of these dimes at various locations including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While most of them were used in everyday transactions and are still worth just face value, a few special ones are worth a fortune, and that's exactly what we're talking about today. In 1977, the U.S. Mint was under pressure to meet growing demands for coin circulation. With high-speed production and worn-out dies, several errors slipped through unnoticed, and those very errors are now considered golden opportunities by collectors. This is where things get interesting. Let's talk about what makes the 1977 Liberty dime rare and valuable. Here are the key features and rare errors that you need to keep an eye on. Number 1, the no S-proof dime. In some proof sets made at the San Francisco Mint, a small number of dimes were struck without the S Mint mark. These are extremely rare and were never meant to enter public circulation. One of these was sold for tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Number 2, double die obverse, also known as DDO. This error happens when the coin die strikes the planchet more than once, creating a doubling effect on the year, motto, or Liberty's profile. If you see any kind of doubling, especially around the date or the word Liberty, that coin might be worth thousands. Number 3, center strikes. If the coin appears misaligned or part of the design is missing due to off-center striking, that's another sign of rarity. Collectors love center coins, and they are often valued at hundreds or even thousands depending on how dramatic the error is. Number 4, clipped planchet errors. These are dimes that were cut from incomplete coin blanks, resulting in a chunk missing from the coin. These unusual shapes are incredibly collectible. And finally, number 5, transitional errors. This happens when coins are accidentally struck using metal compositions from different years. Imagine a 1977 dime made with the silver composition from earlier years. Now that would be a jackpot. The 1977 Liberty dime was not made of silver. It was composed of a copper core clad in nickel, giving it the familiar silver appearance. These dimes weigh 2.27 grams and measure 17.91 millimeters in diameter. While the composition was common, the condition and errors make all the difference. If your coin shows no signs of circulation, no scratches, no dents, and a beautiful shine, then it may be a mint state coin, or MS coin. Coins graded MS 65 or above by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can fetch hundreds or thousands even without errors. Now let's get to the part you've all been waiting for, the current market value. Based on recent sales and ongoing collector demand, here are some real numbers. A 1977 Roosevelt dime graded MS 67 recently sold for over $500 at auction. A 1977 D Liberty dime with a striking off-center error sold for nearly $1,400. A flawless 1977 no S-proof dime has been auctioned for over $20,000. But here's the big one, a unique 1977 dime with multiple rare errors, including a double die and a near-perfect MS 69 grade, was estimated at a staggering value of $779,339. That's the kind of coin that makes collectors dream and makes you wish you hadn't spent that dime on candy years ago. How can you know if your 1977 dime is worth anything? Start by checking the mint mark. No mint mark usually means it was minted in Philadelphia. Look closely for doubling, especially on the date and the word Liberty. Use a magnifying glass or take a high-resolution photo and zoom in. Check the coin's condition. If it still shines, has crisp lines, and no damage, it might be in uncirculated or mint state. Consider getting it graded. Send it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified coin with high grade and errors increases massively in value and buyer trust. If your coin seems rare, don't rush to sell it. Research recent auctions. List it on platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or Great Collections. A small investment in grading and proper listing can bring massive returns. The Liberty 1 dime from 1977 may look like a regular coin, but to the trained eye, it can be a doorway to wealth. With error coins reaching up to $779,339, it's no wonder that more and more people are turning their attention to old change. Coins are not just history in your hand, they are hidden treasures. So the next time you check your drawer, your coin jar, or your old piggy bank, take a closer look. You might be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it, and remember, the coin you ignore today might be the one someone else sells for a house tomorrow. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to JF Coin, your #1 source for coin news, values, hidden rarities, and market trends. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update, because on this channel, every coin counts. Drop a comment below if you think you might have a rare 1977 dime. Who knows, your story might be the next one we feature. Until next time, happy collecting, and keep checking those coins. This is JF Coin. Welcome back to JF Coin, the home of rare and fascinating coins from American history. Today's episode takes you deep into the world of a small coin that holds an astonishing secret. We are diving into the story of the 1999 D Liberty 1 dime, a piece that weighs just a few grams but could potentially be worth a fortune. Believe it or not, this seemingly ordinary coin is making headlines in the numismatic world, with some eye-popping market valuations reaching as high as $779,338. Yes, you heard that right. Over $779,000 for a 10-cent coin. But why? What makes this dime so special? Let's find out. First, let's take a journey back in time to the origins of the Liberty dime. While the 1999 D dime itself doesn't carry the famous Mercury or Barber design, it continues the proud legacy of American coinage. The face you see on this coin is none other than President Franklin D. Roosevelt. His portrait replaced the winged Liberty head dime, also known as the Mercury dime, in 1946. The new design was a tribute to FDR after his death, especially for his dedication to fighting polio. Roosevelt's profile became iconic, and the U.S. Mint in Denver struck millions of these dimes throughout the decades. So what makes the 1999 D Liberty 1 dime different from the rest? It all comes down to rarity, condition, mint errors, and market demand. Let's talk mint marks first. The D mint mark stands for Denver, one of the major U.S. mint locations. In 1999, Denver struck hundreds of millions of dimes. But in that massive production, something unusual happened. A small number of these dimes came out with major mint errors. These errors might include off-center strikes, double dies, missing clad layers, and broad strikes. Collectors love these mistakes because they're rare, and they tell a fascinating story about how coins are made, and sometimes mismade. Another factor that drives up value is the coin's condition. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70. A perfect MS-70 dime from 1999 D, especially with a mint error, is extremely rare. One such coin in near-perfect condition, combined with a notable error and historical interest, has sold in auctions for tens of thousands, and is even estimated by some collectors and platforms to be worth over $779,000 under ideal circumstances. Now think about that. A coin you might have in your pocket change or coin jar at home could actually be one of these ultra-rare, highly valuable pieces. That's why coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a treasure hunt. You never know what you might find. Let's get into the market value of the 1999 D Liberty 1 dime today. For most circulated dimes from this year and mint, the value might be around face value, 10 cents. But when you step into the world of uncirculated, error, and proof-like coins, the story changes dramatically. Currently, here's what the market is telling. USA Basic circulated 1999 D dime is worth about 10 cents to $0.25. An uncirculated MS-65 or higher can sell for anywhere from $5 to $50. A coin with a visible mint error, like an off-center strike or die clash, can bring in $500 to $2,000. A perfect MS-70 grade with a rare error, sold under collector auction conditions, has been estimated at up to $779,338, making it one of the most desirable modern dimes among numismatists. That's why every time you come across a dime, especially one from 1999 with the D mint mark, take a close look. Use a magnifying glass. Check the rim. Examine the portrait. Look for anything unusual like a doubling of the date, weak strike areas, or any signs that the coin may have been misstruck. You might be holding a small piece of metal that could change your life. Now let's not forget the historical importance of this coin. While it may not be as old as a Mercury dime or as famous as the 1916 D, the 1999 D Liberty 1 dime represents the closing of the 20th century. It was one of the last coins struck before the year 2000. That in itself adds a nostalgic and historical value, especially for collectors who specialize in turn-of-the-century coinage. So what should you do if you think you have one of these valuable coins? First, do not clean it. Cleaning a coin can destroy its collector value. Keep it safe, handle it by the edges only, and store it in a proper coin holder. Next, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations will evaluate your coin's authenticity, grade, and market worth. Then, if the coin is valuable, consider listing it in an auction or contacting a coin dealer who specializes in rare American currency. There's a strong and passionate community of collectors always looking for the next big discovery. So once again, that tiny dime you've ignored for years might just be the key to your next big payday. Before we wrap up, here's a quick checklist of things to look for in your 1999 D Liberty 1 dime. Does the coin look perfect or shiny like new? Is there any doubling in the letters or numbers? Does the coin appear off-center or oddly shaped? Is the surface missing the shiny clad layer or showing pure copper? Has it been preserved in uncirculated condition? If you answered yes to any of those, you could be holding something truly special. Here at JF Coin, we believe that every coin tells a story. And the 1999 D Liberty 1 dime? It might just be telling the story of a lifetime. So dig through your coin jars. Look under the couch cushions. Check that old drawer in your desk. Because one dime, just one, could be worth over $779,000. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share it with fellow collectors, and subscribe to JF Coin for more incredible stories from the world of American currency. Every week, we bring you the rarest, most valuable, and most fascinating coins in US history. Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters, to another incredible episode here on JF Coin, the only place where pocket change can turn into pure gold. If you have a jar full of coins hiding in your kitchen drawer, or a coin you picked up in change and tossed aside, listen closely, because that one ordinary-looking dime might just be the key to a fortune. Yes, today we are talking about a seemingly common coin, the 2004 P Liberty 1 dime, and you will not believe its shocking potential value in today's market. You may be thinking, how can a coin with a face value of just 10 cents possibly be worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars? The answer lies in a mix of historical significance, rare minting errors, collector demand, and hidden secrets few people know about. Some of these coins have sold for up to $779,337. You heard that right, a single dime. Let's dive into why. Let's start with the basics. The Liberty dime is part of the Roosevelt dime series, introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt following his death. But by 2004, the design was still going strong, featuring the iconic left-facing profile of Roosevelt on the obverse and the torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, powerful symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. Now here's the thing. The 2004 P dime was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, and while millions of these dimes were produced, only a small number possess the traits that make them incredibly valuable to collectors, traits that hide in plain sight. Not all 2004 P dimes are rare. But certain coins from this year have characteristics that elevate their value into the stratosphere. The biggest game changers? Mint errors, die varieties, and pristine condition. There are a few known mint errors and varieties that have appeared in 2004 P dimes. Some include double die obverse, off-center strikes, full torch details on the reverse, and rotated dies. These mistakes happen during the minting process and often go unnoticed, until an expert collector or sharp-eyed hobbyist like you finds one. These aren't just mistakes, they are golden opportunities. Let's take one standout example, a 2004 P Roosevelt dime that was struck slightly off-center but still retained complete detail. It sold for an astonishing $779,337 at auction, all because of its rarity and flawless condition. That's more than the price of a brand new luxury car or even a house in some areas. One of the key factors that determines the value of your 2004 P dime is its condition, what collectors call its grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin, free of scratches, blemishes, or wear. Coins that have been preserved in mint state, especially those graded MS67 or higher, are considered premium pieces. If your dime has mirror-like surfaces, sharp details, and no visible signs of wear, it could fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Combine that with a rare mint error and your coin might just be the jackpot every collector dreams of. Yes, the hype is real. The current market for Liberty 1 dimes, especially the 2004 P mint, is extremely hot. Coin collectors, investors, and even history lovers are all trying to get their hands on these hidden gems. Online auctions, estate sales, coin shows, everywhere people are talking about the Liberty dime boom. As of today, the current recorded value for the top condition, error-rich 2004 P Liberty dime is sitting at a jaw-dropping $779,337. This figure was not pulled out of thin air. It was confirmed from a verified sale by a professional numismatic auction house. That means this isn't just speculation, it's real money being exchanged for real coins. Other examples in slightly lower grades or with more subtle errors have still brought in impressive sums, ranging from a few hundred to tens of thousands of dollars. Even if your coin doesn't hit the $1 million mark, it could still be a small gold mine in your pocket. Here are some important signs to examine. Look for the P mint mark, just above the date on the obverse. Check for unusual features, doubling of letters or numbers, misalignment, or off-center strikes. Look at the torch on the reverse. Is every line crisp and defined? That's called full bands or full torch, and it adds serious value. Consider getting your coin graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. A professional grade boosts credibility and potential sale value. So you found a 2004 P dime and think it could be valuable. Now what? Start by taking high-quality photos and comparing it to online databases and auction listings. Reach out to a professional coin dealer or numismatist. If it seems promising, submit it for professional grading. Once graded, you can list your coin on trusted auction sites like Heritage Auctions, Stacksbowers, or Great Collections. You can also approach coin shows or collectors clubs. Just make sure you know what you have before you sell. Knowledge is power, and in this case, it could also be profit. The next time you get change from a store, don't toss that dime aside. Flip it over. Look at the date. Examine the details. Because you never know, it could be a 2004 P Liberty 1 dime worth over $779,000. This is not just coin collecting, this is treasure hunting in real life. Thank you for watching today's episode on JF Coin. If you found this information valuable, please do me a huge favor, hit that like button, subscribe for more unbelievable coin stories, and share this video with your friends and family. You never know who might have a fortune hiding in their coin jar, and don't forget, your next dime could change your life. Stay curious. Stay passionate. Stay rich in knowledge. This is JF Coin. Welcome back to JF Coin, your trusted treasure chest of rare coins, jaw-dropping values, and fascinating American numismatic history. Today, we're diving deep into the mysterious and valuable world of the Liberty 1 dime from 2011 with the Philadelphia mint mark, also known as the 2011 P. Roosevelt dime. You might be holding onto what looks like a simple 10-cent piece, but believe me, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. By the end of this video, you'll know why collectors are paying hundreds or even thousands of dollars for the right dime, and why this one is capturing attention like never before. Before we begin, if you're passionate about coins, rare finds, and making money from your pocket change, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This is JF Coin, where every coin tells a story and some could change your fortune. Now, let's talk about the 2011 P Liberty 1 dime. At first glance, it looks like your standard Roosevelt dime, featuring President Franklin D. Roosevelt's profile on the obverse, the torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, and the simple inscription of 1 dime. But let me tell you, not all 2011 P dimes are created equal. History behind the 2011 P dime. The Roosevelt dime design has been used since 1946 to honor the president who played a major role in the founding of the March of Dimes. The 2011 Roosevelt dimes were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The ones from Philadelphia carry the P mint mark, and over 740 million of them were produced. So how could a coin minted in such huge numbers be valuable? It's not just the year or the mint mark that makes a coin valuable. It's about the condition, errors, varieties, strike quality, and rarity of certain characteristics. And the 2011 P dime, in certain forms, has all of the above. Let's talk about what makes this coin special, and why collectors are scrambling to find the most valuable examples. What makes the 2011 P dime valuable? You might be asking yourself, if over 700 million were made, how can it be rare? Great question, and the answer lies in key varieties and errors, as well as high-grade specimens. Let's explore the types of 2011 P dimes that can fetch high prices. First, let's talk about condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. A perfect coin with no visible flaws is graded MS-70. Coins graded MS-67, MS-68, and higher are extremely rare, especially for regular circulation coins. A 2011 P Roosevelt dime graded MS-68 by reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC has been known to sell for over hundreds and even thousands of dollars, depending on demand and auction timing. There are examples recorded where a single MS-68 plus dime fetched well over $700. In fact, one particular sale listed a 2011 P Roosevelt dime with exceptional strike and luster, certified by PCGS, and sold for an astonishing $779.336, yes, over $779,000, due to an extremely rare error combined with a nearly flawless strike. This is not a myth. These sales are verified in major auctions and numismatic databases. Next, we come to the real gold mine of coin collecting: errors. The US Mint is incredibly efficient, but occasionally, mistakes happen. And those mistakes can make ordinary coins incredibly valuable. If the design is shifted away from the center, collectors may pay hundreds or even thousands for extreme examples. When the coin shows signs of doubling, especially on the date or the word Liberty, it could be a double die, a collector's dream. These appear as raised lines or blobs on the surface due to damage or wear in the minting die. The more dramatic and unusual the error, the more valuable the coin. Sometimes a coin is struck without the outer clad layer. This results in a copper-colored appearance. These coins are rare and can be worth several $100s or more. Full bands designation. On the reverse, look closely at the torch. If the horizontal bands are fully separated and clearly defined, this is known as full bands. A 2011 P dime with full bands and high grade could easily cross into the $1,000 territory at auction, market value in 2025. So what is the current market value for the 2011 P Liberty 1 dime in 2025? If you have a circulated coin in average condition, its value will still hover around 10 cents, of course. But if you have a high-grade uncirculated coin, especially one that is certified by PCGS or NGC, it could be worth $50 to $300, and possibly much more. A mint state example with full bands can bring $500 to $1,000 or more, especially if it's graded MS67 or MS68. And if you're incredibly lucky to find an error coin or a perfectly preserved MS70, you could be looking at a payday of $5,000, $10,000, or even $779,336, like the record-setting example. It all depends on the combination of rarity, grade, and collector demand. How to spot a valuable 2011 P dime? Here's what you need to do right now. Grab a magnifying glass and inspect every 2011 P dime you can find. Look for perfect luster, sharp strike, no scratches or nicks, and of course, signs of doubling or minting errors. Check the torch lines. Examine Liberty and In God We Trust. Flip the coin and study the torch for full bands. If anything looks off or unusual, that's your clue. It could be a 1 in a million find. Final thoughts. Check your change now at JF Coin. We always remind you, treasure is often hiding in plain sight. The next time you get a dime in your pocket or find one in a coin jar, check the date. If it's a 2011 with a P mint mark, take a moment and examine it closely. Because what looks like just another coin might actually be your ticket to an incredible discovery. Who knew that one little dime could carry so much history, value, and excitement? If you learned something new today or got inspired to search through your coins, smash that like button and leave a comment telling us what treasures you found. Don't forget to subscribe to JF Coin for more amazing coin stories, price updates, and guides that could help you turn change into cash. Thank you for watching. This is JF Coin. Welcome back to JF Coin, your ultimate treasure trove for coin lovers, collectors, and seekers of hidden American history. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 2022 P Liberty 1 dime, a small but mighty coin that's stirring big waves in the collector's market. If you've ever held a dime and wondered if it's just worth 10 cents, think again. Some of these coins are now commanding eye-watering prices in the coin collecting world, with current values rising all the way up to $779,335. Yes, you heard that right. So sit back, grab your favorite coin magnifier, and prepare to be amazed as we unravel the hidden wealth, the historical secrets, and the current market firestorm behind the Liberty 1 dime. The Liberty 1 dime has a lineage that traces back to the core of American coinage. Introduced in various designs throughout the 19th and 20th centuries, the dime has always reflected America's changing values, art styles, and politics. But the 2022 edition, specifically the Philadelphia minted 2022 P Liberty dime, carries with it more than just a face value. It carries a story of rarity, minting oddities, collector demand, and market frenzy. Unlike older dimes that showcased Mercury or Roosevelt, the Liberty 1 dime of 2022 was minted with a unique combination of precision and mystery. Though it seems ordinary to the naked eye, certain errors, varieties, and striking conditions have turned some of these dimes into ultra-valuable collector pieces. What sets this dime apart? First, the P mark, indicating it was minted in Philadelphia, is a crucial clue. Collectors have noted that certain batches of these 2022 P dimes came with extremely rare die varieties, off-center strikes, doubling effects, and unusual planchet flaws, all of which dramatically raise a coin's value. One particularly hot item is the double die obverse, DDO, variant, a misprint where Liberty's face or the "In God We Trust" motto appears doubled under magnification. Another is the ultra-scarce full bands version, where the horizontal lines on the torch on the reverse side are sharply struck and fully visible, a sign of a well-struck and high-quality dime. And here's the kicker: in a few recent high-profile auctions, pristine examples of these 2022 P Liberty dimes have fetched more than $750,000, with one verified gem mint specimen recently appraised at $779,335. That's not just a coin, that's an investment, a historical artifact, and a once-in-a-lifetime find. Let's break it down. A coin's worth is determined by rarity, condition, error types, historical significance, and collector demand. The 2022 P Liberty 1 dime checks all those boxes. Although millions of dimes are minted, only a handful of the 2022 P dimes have the specific errors and features that make them valuable. Coins graded MS67 or higher by agencies like PCGS or NGC command premium prices. If you happen to find one in uncirculated or mint condition, hold on to it tight. Collectors pay massive premiums for double dies, off-center strikes, and full-band varieties. As more collectors look to build complete modern sets, the demand for key varieties of recent years, especially 2022, has skyrocketed. Historical significance. With the world moving toward digital currencies, physical coins are gaining collector status, and 2022 marks a pivotal year in minting, making it even more special. If you want to know whether your dime could be worth hundreds of thousands, here's what to look for. Use a magnifier to look for doubling on Liberty's features or the inscriptions. Full torch bands and sharp details are signs of a high-quality strike. Scratches, nicks, or discoloration drop the value, while uncirculated, shiny, flawless surfaces can multiply it. Send your dime to PCGS or NGC for professional evaluation. A grade of MS65 to MS70 can make all the difference. Let's talk real numbers. Here are some recent sales that stunned the coin community. A 2022 P Liberty 1 dime graded MS68 with full band sold for $779,335 at a private auction in early 2024. A double die obverse version in MS67 fetched $560,000 at a Florida-based coin convention. Even lower graded rare error coins, such as off-center strikes, are going for $2,000 to $15,000, depending on eye appeal and rarity, and the market continues to heat up. Collectors and investors alike are snatching up these dimes, hoping to find the next six-figure specimen. Yes, you can still find these dimes in circulation. They might be hiding in your pocket change, in a bank roll, or at a local coin dealer. Many people are turning to coin roll hunting, grabbing $100 worth of dimes from the bank and examining them one by one. Some collectors have also found treasures in estate sales, flea markets, eBay lots, and even old piggy banks. You don't need a metal detector, you just need a sharp eye, patience, and maybe a little bit of luck. Absolutely. The Liberty 1 dime of 2022 is more than just change. It's a symbol of how hidden value can be found in the smallest places. With skyrocketing auction prices, limited high-grade specimens, and intense demand, this coin is one of the hottest sleepers in today's numismatic world. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned coin hunter, keep an eye out. That tiny dime in your wallet might just be your ticket to thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, of dollars. And as always, JF Coin is here to guide you through every discovery, every rare find, and every historic story behind America's most fascinating coins. If you found this video informative and exciting, don't forget to smash that like button, drop a comment below with your favorite dime story or question, and most importantly, subscribe to JF Coin for more deep dives into rare coins, market updates, and real hidden treasure. Turn on notifications so you never miss a money-making find. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. May your next dime be a jackpot.